and those things I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form.
So guys, the Abia State Lawmaker stormed the National Assembly with a very long letter of apology. And guess what? Even the Deputy Speaker was asking him if this was an essay that he wrote. Honestly, the man has regretted his actions. He has apologized to Nigerians. He has apologized to his fellow lawmakers. And he has equally told Nigerians that he has reached an agreement with the Uber driver on how they are going to settle this difference. Nigerians, you need to listen to the full video of his apology on the floor of the National Assembly. Take a look.
Mr. Speaker,
what is your point of order?
On point of personal explanation, pursuant to Order 8 Rule 6 of the House Standing Orders, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to rise and speak very briefly concerning the incident that took place on October 27th of 2024. Involving myself and a citizen, Mr. Stephen Ikwechegh, an e-hailing cab driver. What began as a misunderstanding regrettably escalated into actions and remarks that do not reflect the values that I hold dear, nor those that I am.
Chairman CBN, you're having another parliament there.
As a member of the esteemed House, I deeply regret my words and actions that occurred at the heat of the moment, and I take full responsibility for how this exchange has impacted on the citizen, Mr. Ikwechegh, his family, and the entire public. I acknowledge that I am human, thus infallible. And in recognizing the significance of the role as a public servant, I am mindful of the weight of my words and actions and how they may have affected those that I represent. Since the incident, Citizen Ikwechegh and I have engaged in alternative dispute resolution methods, and I am pleased to inform this Honorable House that we have reached a respectful and constructive resolution. Additionally, my sincere apologies to the leadership of the House, my honorable colleagues, and the entire National Assembly as a whole for any deficit of goodwill that this particular incident may have caused. I am aware that my actions reflect not only on myself, but also the esteemed institution, the trust that the public places in us. This experience has served as a humbling reminder of the need for restraint and self-control, particularly in challenging situations. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues,
this personal explanation looks like a lead debate. It's like an essay.
Mr. Speaker.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking. Mr. Speaker, am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, this experience has been especially disheartening as it stands in the contrast to the positive strides that we have made in my constituency of Aba North and Aba South, particularly in the areas of health, education, and empowerment. Nevertheless, it serves as a teachable moment, Mr. Speaker, for all of us in public office that is held in high standards. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I just want to state once again that I am human. Even though there was things were said, and those things I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past, and let us forge forward. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to tender this apology, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Representing the very good people of Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, our elders always say that the day we stop learning is the day we die. They also say that we learn from mistakes and not from successes. However, the Parliament is one of the most hated institutions in Nigeria today. We are bashed morning, afternoon, and night, despite the fact that most of us have very noble intentions for the people of Nigeria. We should always be guided and also know that we are not an authority over Nigerians. Nigerians have authority over us. They must be treated with dignity, with respect, and with kindness at all times. So if we imbibe this collectively, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Faleke.
we will begin and continue to launder that heavily battered image, the garments that which we all wear. So accordingly, Mr. Speaker, I rest my case on these few points. Thank you very much.
According to our rules, we cannot add according to what everyone wants us to do. We are guided by our rules, and our rules remains that if at any point we feel that the integrity, the dignity of the Parliament, has been threatened, has been scratched, we investigate through our internal structure in the eyes of principles of natural justice, which is oral pattern, which is let both parties be heard, which is fair hearing. That is what we put in our rules. It is not good for us to judge, ahead of time and take rash decision. Therefore, in line with the prayers of the leader of the House, that this matter be referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privilege for him to be heard. His appeal was very emotional, very touching, shows remorse. I was touched hearing it from here, but that is not enough. I know you were touched as well. I know Nigerians watching him have seen a man that is remorseful, but our rules must be complied with. That our rule is that he should go and sit with our Committee on Ethics and Privileges. They will hear him and then report back to the House for us to take a decision. That is the ruling of the House. I'm being guided that the prayer of the leader need to be seconded. I need it to be seconded. Leader, please. Instead of going into suspension like everybody in Nigeria wants us to do, for us to apply our rules and the House rules. Those in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. Those in support that this goes to House Committee on Ethics and Privilege say aye. Those against say nay. Yes, the ayes have it. Matter is hereby referred to Committee on Ethics and Privilege to look at it and get back to us in 2 weeks. Honorable colleagues, I have a few announcements to make. One is that the member left his brand new iPad since last week Thursday. Please come and claim it with the right identity. We also have another important announcement to make to all honorable members affected. That one, the House Services Committee and the Facility Management Department to resolve the problems. That two, there will be total power outage between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. today, as there will be some work to be done on the transformer. Number three, that we regret any inconveniences this might have caused. This is announced by Chairman House Services Committee, Honorable Daniel Amos. The next announcement is that this is to remind members of the House Committee on Constitution Review.
Order, please. Honorable colleagues, please return to your seat, please. Bob.
Why are you calling my name?
We have said people should not disturb Honorable Abubakar while he's sitting. Please, you should respect that, please. This is to remind members of House Committee on Constitution Review that a courtesy call to the Right Honorable Speaker by some participants of the International Legislative Dialogue on Women and Constitutional Amendment in Nigeria, which took place yesterday at Transcorp Hilton, will hold today, 29th of October 2024. The time is 3 p.m. and the venue is room 414, Speaker's Meeting Room.
On Order 12, Rule 15. Order 12, Rule 15. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, I would like to read.
Please read.
More than one bill on the same subject matter may be introduced, but when the second reading of a bill has been agreed to or negatived, the question shall not be proposed for the second reading of another bill of the same subject matter during the same session. On the order of the day relating to such a bill being read, the Speaker shall direct that the bill be withdrawn. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, last week, precisely on the 23rd of October 2024, the ninth order of the day was the bill that shares the same subject matter with the bill in question.
Which bill in question?
The bill you just read, which is the...
But you would have allowed me to finish reading the bill. I've not even finished reading the bill.
It's on the other paper, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, but allow me to finish it because the owner of the bill has stepped it down. Our procedure is that you finish it and you say by order of the House, the bill has been stepped down, not midway. Thank you. The noble honorable members studied the bill and have adequate information for debate. The invitation to Honorable Abiante to lead the debate on this bill has been dropped by him. He approached the chair that he will not be around to take this bill, that he wished to step down the bill. So this bill is stepped down by order of the House.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. You are to withdraw that bill.
He does not have the power to step down his bill.
Because, no, he does not have the power to step down this bill, because stepping down the bill means the bill is not dead. It simply means he will take it again. But what the rules of the House says that the bill will be completely withdrawn and never to be presented again.
Well, he has approached the chair to step down his bill. We have stepped down his bill. If he presents it again tomorrow and is in the House and you want to debate whether or not he has a right to withdraw the bill that he proposed, I think the first right of refusal will be given to him to debate it with you. Now in his absence, I don't think it will be fair to debate in his absence. You are ruled out of order.
To establish the Armed Forces Farms and Ranches Scheme to enhance food security, promote economic diversification, and for related matters should be read a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker. The concept of establishing an Armed Forces Farms and Ranches will no doubt open a new frontier for the Armed Forces of Nigeria to contribute meaningfully to the nation's food security, leveraging on non-active and active members of the armed forces and expertise from their personnel. The initiative, if well harnessed, would add to the nation's GDP in agriculture. The military, consisting of 3 services, Army, Navy, Air Force, will provide the expertise required to carry out any national engagement seamlessly. These services also have a relative advantage from the land resources and teeming number of retired and ever willing, not tired members to involve in the agro ventures within their geopolitical environment. The nation's diversity in different ecological zones can also afford the opportunity for personnel to engage in profitable agriculture. This spans from the growth of cereal and root crops, animal husbandry, and its related activities in the savanna grassland in the north, to permanent and perennial crops within the forest and mangrove swamp in the southern region. Mr. Speaker, this bill is essential because in developing countries and developed countries such as the USA, Israel, China, Egypt, Zimbabwe, their military participates fully in ensuring food security. I do not think Nigeria should be an exception. Mr. President, in his wisdom, signed an executive order about 9 months ago that mandated the implementation and importation of 2,000 tractors from John Deere to be manufactured and assembled in Nigeria. It should be right for the armed forces to also tap into this and get into joint ventures with states within their barracks and outside of their barracks. We also know that the armed forces requirements for land. Let's say they they need 1,000 hectares of land. They always acquire more than that, 3,000. So the excess can also be utilized for the production of food and its ancillary services. So, Mr. Speaker, I urge and pray that my honorable colleagues look at this bill critically and ensure same is passed for second reading. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I think it's a straightforward. Be ready second time. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read.
I represent everyone in the most peaceful constituency in Nigeria, Motion 2 Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. I rise today to move that a bill to amend the Banks and Other Financial Institution Act, BOFIA 2020, to make provision for the protection of victims of fraudulent withdrawal from accounts and for related matters be read second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I represent the good people of Mushin 1 Federal Constituency in Lagos. Mr. Speaker and my dear colleague, I rise to second the second reading of the bill just read by Honorable Ikwechegh. Mr. Speaker, I so second. Thank you.
What is the support of this?
Good afternoon. This is a bill for her to amend banking and other financial institution, another related matter. The background, my dear colleagues, the Banking and Other Financial Institution Act was last amended and assented to by the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2020. There is an alarming rise of bank fraud or unauthorized withdrawal of deposit funds in Nigeria. In the banking industry, about 101,801 cases was reported in 2022 and 48,703 cases reported in 2023. Very more of it were never reported, making bank customers lose several billions of naira. This bill is in consideration to the uprising of various financial crimes within the country, with many of such passing through financial institutions, or we can call it commercial banking system. Dear honorable colleagues, we all know that virtually all banking transactions are done electronically, which means that transactions can either be ATM, POS, direct cash transfer. In essence, what this bill is meant to address is, let me give a brief example. My very self is a customer of Bank A, and my money has been removed unconstitutionally without my authorization. Upon noticing of this, I went straight to my Bank A to report. My Bank A confirmed that XYZ amount of money has been removed from my account. I requested from my banker to let me know who did that withdrawal. Unfortunately, my bank told me they could not tell me the identity, that I should go to police station. I rushed down to police station. Police station, after passing the normal hurdle, I was given the statement to fill. After filling the statement, I took it to my banquet. My banquet told me again I needed to go to magistrate to bring an affidavit or to bring order so that they could release the identity of the fraudster to me. Upon further conversation with them, they told me the only thing that could save me and other victims was to go and legalize the exposure or disclosure of the fraudster. So that is why I've come to this Hallowed Chamber today to save everybody, including but not limited to members here that might have false. So that is the objective.
Thank you.
Of the bill.
Well laid.
Honorable, for bringing this very important and critical bill for an amendment. Sir, in advanced countries of the world, whenever your money is being taken without your consent, maybe as a result of fraud or anything related to it, on the reporting to the bank, is there in the law that the bank is going to pay you your money immediately, and is the responsibility of the bank to follow up who is the fraudster and recover their own money. If at the end of the day they fail to recover the money, that particular customer is not liable. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this is a very important bill to Nigerians, particularly now that we have an online banking system dominating the financial institutions. Almost on daily basis, we used to neglect it because, or ignore it, because it's a negligible amount. Even today, I can confirm to you in this chamber, some people saw an alert that they did not know exactly how it emanated. 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, sometimes you ignore it, it's nothing. But I want you to calculate by the time it's done to 20 million people, is 20 million naira times 5, how much is it? So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is a very important bill that all members should be on the same deck, yes, to save Nigerians, particularly the vulnerable ones.
Yes.
All of us are vulnerable.
Very good. So because
no vulnerable
if we cannot legislate and make it in such a way that banks will be liable for any fraud in your account, immediately they will remit or refund you immediately, and they follow where the money is taken from your account. That is the most important thing we should insert in this bill.
So now we can allow others to say.
Speaker, as you rightly said, we are all victims of this, and only extreme fines, as stated by Honorable Jaha, will put the commercial banks who make a lot of profit in line. The burden should not be on the Nigerian consumer, regardless of his status. It should be on the bank. I believe NDIC insures deposits. So we have to legislate and amend the Bofia Act. I had the pleasure of working on the act as a legislative aide in the last Senate, sir, and I can tell you there's a lot of improvement that is needed. So I agree with the mover of this amendment, and I certainly hope we all support it collectively. I personally raised the issue with the governor of the central bank, demanding for steeper fines, sir. If one bank is punished very well, they'll all wake up for this, especially during these trying times. We must be the house that protects the average consumer during these economic times. I commend the mover of this amendment. It's excellent work. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I want to hear
Tesuaju, Kajola, and the Wajo Federal Constituency. I may suggest that we could include what we call a push payment scam, wherein even when you make a payment to somebody that you are not actually meant to pay. Take for instance, I'm meant to pay my colleague here, and unfortunately I made a mistake in putting the account number, and I made a payment to another person. The bank should be responsible for refunding that money, because most customers still have challenges in having their money back in this, and it's called a push payment scam. So this one could be included, not only unauthorized deduction, it should include a wrong payment to different voter. It even happens to me 2 days ago. I made a payment to another person, and today the bank has refused to actually pay me back the money, and I can't even locate the person. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. This is very important indeed. I'm just lending a voice. I'm doing a quick addendum on this. We have been all victimized by this. I've been victimized a couple of times, like my fellow colleague just said here. Make a payment to people and then it's the wrong payment. You get to the bank trying to retrieve the money back. They will tell you clearly to go on doing investigation yourself, subjecting Nigerians to undue costs. You spend a little more than even what is being taken from you in trying to investigate and get the person back. I believe this will be the responsibility of the bank or the financial institution. In the first place, they're supposed to have put in good securities that wouldn't have happened. I want to lend my voice in that regards, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll be ready second time. Say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
So guys, like we've always said, that when it comes to leadership, your lifestyle is like, leadership is not just follow my words, it's more follow my actions. And this is what some of these our leaders, fail to understand. You look at somebody like Peter Obi, most times people look down on him because he's not ready to fight, he's not ready to reply people that talk bad about him, he's not ready to go that negative route, and some people see it for weakness. You can imagine if it were Peter Obi that was caught up in this. Anyway, Peter Obi will never go to react in this way, because he's that kind of person that he will allow you to tell him anything you want to tell him, and he will still call you my brother. So guys, so that takes us to the kind of people we have as leaders in this country. INEC and the judiciary, these two organizations should be named, because left for Nigerians alone, we will take time to elect the kind of leaders that we want. But with the help of INEC and the judiciary, anybody can come in there. Provided you have your money, you have the influence, you know who to talk to, you know how to get things done, you know who to... So guys, a whole lot in this country. A whole lot. Take INEC away, take the judiciary away, allow Nigerians to choose the kind of leaders they want. I believe that we will not end up with the kind of leaders we are having. So you can imagine the way this man did all these things, and now he's saying he's regretting, because this thing took place, as in, it didn't just happen within the space of 5 minutes. This is something that took time. So all this while, as he was ranting, he couldn't call himself to order. He didn't remember he was a senator or a National Assembly member or whatever he calls himself. He didn't remember any of those, because if he had, I think there wouldn't have been need for him to have, if he would have even started apologizing to the Uber driver right and there. But guess what? Even after when the Uber driver was taken to the police, he still came there, he was shouting. So a whole lot. And that's why I keep telling people that this is not about tribe. It's not about whether he's an Igbo or he's a Yoruba. No. When people do the right thing, let's applaud them. And when they go the negative way, let's call them out. And that is just what people are saying. That this man went overboard. And if you see the Uber driver, what a humble man. What a total humble human being. He decided not to engage with the senator. Yes, he would have called his policemen, but there are people that would have said, I'm ready to retaliate, even if my life ends. That kind of a thing. Because you can't just come to deliver goods to somebody and the person start calling you all kinds of names and even telling you that he will lock you up in generator house. He will make you disappear. Nothing will happen. So the languages that were used in that video were really, really wrong. And I know that this man has apologized. I also want to ask Nigerians to accept his apology. But the dent is already there. The dent is already there. I think he has to go home and fix things with people in his constituency. Should be able to talk to them. It should be able to appease them, because it's the people that elected him, and he's responsible. I mean, he's answerable to them. So he has to go home and talk to the people of his constituency, so that people don't start signing petitions to get him sacked from the National Assembly, and also so that his political career does not end. But I tell you, this is going to affect him whether he likes it or not. No matter the kind of apology he tenders, tomorrow he might say, I want to run for presidency. What will he tell Nigerians that went wrong at this time when he got loose, as in his brake failed, like people would say, and he was just ranting. So guys, our leaders should be very, very cautious in the way they behave. For the fact that Nigerians are quiet, for the fact that Nigerians are tolerant, for the fact that Nigerians can bear, for the fact that Nigerians are used to all this suffering, does not mean that people should continue taking Nigerians for granted. Look at how smart this Uber driver was, to have recorded some of these important recordings that he did. Even though he said he did not even start the recording on time, it was when he felt his life was actually in danger that he thought to himself that, oh, it's better I record these things. And if this guy had not recorded this thing, Nigerians, I'm just wondering, with the level of flaying up that this man displayed, even when he got to the police station, if this thing had not been on record, you can imagine what would have happened. And the man came and even smashed the phone. Thank God that the phone didn't just finally got destroyed, or maybe the memory card fell off or something like that. If not, Nigerians wouldn't have known what actually transpired. So this is a big lesson to our politicians out there. Nigerians are angry. Nigerians have taken a lot of shit from you guys. Nigerians have tolerated you poor enough. They've accommodated your mess enough. It is time to give us good governance, what you were elected to do. It is time to make suffering reduced for Nigerian people. It is time to alleviate the people of all that they are going through. So guys, I don't know what you make of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.